In a bold rebuttal, Tyrrell Hatton has dismissed the claims made by U.S. captain Keegan Bradley regarding the behavior of European Ryder Cup fans. Bradley suggested that the supporters from Europe exhibited a level of hostility towards American players in Rome, akin to the treatment that players received from home crowd members at Bethpage during the recent Ryder Cup held in New York. However, Hatton does not believe that the atmosphere at Adair Manor, set to host the next Ryder Cup, will be nearly as antagonistic. Hatton's pivotal contribution, a half-point alongside Colin Morikawa, secured Europe's decisive victory in New York, especially after Shane Lowry's critical putt helped ensure that the trophy would be returning across the Atlantic Ocean, despite a valiant effort from the U.S. team in the latter stages. This weekend, the 33-year-old English golfer is gearing up to defend his title at the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship in Scotland. He is eager to enjoy a more familiar environment at renowned courses like Carnoustie, Kingsbarns, and the legendary Old Course at St Andrews, which will host the tournament's final round on Sunday. Reflecting on the anticipated atmosphere in Ireland, Hatton remarked that it would be worlds apart from the highly charged and at times contentious atmosphere that enveloped the competition at Bethpage, where Luke Donald's European team, particularly Rory McIlroy, faced unsavory remarks from a very passionate local crowd. When posed with a question about whether European fans might retaliate with their own jeering when the Americans visit County Limerick, Hatton conveyed his hope for a more dignified exchange. "I don't really think that insults are the way forward," he shared during a press conference. "I would greatly prefer an atmosphere of respect, allowing the players to perform and letting the best team win without trying to disrupt their game. I suspect that the atmosphere in 2027 will be much more respectful rather than hostile." During the lengthy final singles matches, the American team found themselves trailing by a significant margin of 12-5, but managed to surge back within striking distance, although ultimately falling short of victory. Despite this, Captain Keegan Bradley maintained his stance that the fervor of home fans at Bethpage should not be condemned. He also claimed to have heard narratives suggesting that the atmosphere in Rome was notably aggressive during Europe's triumph 2 years prior. However, Hatton strongly disagreed, asserting, "Personally, I don't think they were comparable at all. From what I've heard, I can confidently say that Rome doesn't even come close to that sort of aggression." Continuing his disapproval, he stated, "To be frank, I don't find any merit in those statements. The atmospheres at both Rome and Bethpage are quite distinct in my opinion." Tommy Fleetwood, another member of the victorious European squad, alongside fellow competitors Matt Fitzpatrick and Scottish golfer Robert McIntyre, who all hope to draw substantial local support, will also participate this weekend. Fleetwood narrowly lost his singles match against Justin Thomas as the American contingent started to mount their comeback on that decisive Sunday. "There's a stark difference between a hostile environment and personal attacks. Once again, we were all prepared for it," Fleetwood remarked, acknowledging the challenges posed by the lively crowd. He was honored with the Nicholas Jacklin Award during the tournament. Fleetwood added, "Personal insults can cross a line, and we sincerely hope that such behavior remains absent in the future, though ultimately we can't control how people react." In conclusion, Fleetwood highlighted that the dynamics of the Ryder Cup and the unique roles of both home and visiting supporters contribute to the unparalleled atmosphere, stating, "Who knows what the future holds? But this particular Ryder Cup was one we were well prepared for, and that showed through in our performance." This discourse opens up a massive debate. Should passion in the stands drive constructive sportsmanship, or is a bit of rivalry part and parcel of the Ryder Cup spirit? What do you think? Join the conversation in the comments. Your opinion matters.